Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I finally get to show you guys my palette, the shades, the packaging, all about my palette. So like I told you guys, I have been working on this palette for a little bit over a year and I am so freaking excited to finally get to show you guys the palette. So I will be swatching all of the shades in my palette and telling you guys, of course, the names and why I picked the names that I picked for every single shade. I will also give you guys details on pricing and how you guys are able to purchase my palette. But before we get into the video, I do want to thank you guys so freaking much for making this possible for me, for all the support that you guys always give me. I truly appreciate you guys so freaking much. I love you guys and I hope that you guys love my palette as much as I do. So yesterday was my palette and my launch party for the palette. So if you did attend the party, you did get to see the palette, but this is what the palette looks like. So when I was asked what my vision was for the palette and what I wanted for the palette to look like, I right away knew I wanted for it to be cherry blossom themed. So in the front, of course, it says Let's Do Makeup, and then in collaboration with LiveGlam, Shadow Me. And then the back is just some faded cherry blossoms. So every single palette will come with a sleeve, which is this right here. So just a cover to protect your palette, and this is for every single palette purchased. And then this is the palette, which is the exact same as the sleeve. But this is what my palette looks like. And here in my light, you can't see the sparkles to it, but in sunlight, you can see the sparkles. I will be posting on my Snapchat, which I will leave right here, videos of my palette in sunlight so you guys can get to see full details of the packaging. And here is the palette without the sleeve. So you do open it up and you get 10 shades in the palette. So I will be swatching the shades for you guys and showing you guys the names of every single shade in my palette. So first we have this shade right here, which is called Hello. I literally say hello so freaking time. It's just maña, like a word que se me pegó. So hello, I love the shade. It is a white shimmery shade. I am actually wearing it right now on my lid, but this one is a shade that I knew I wanted because no matter what look I do, I always like to have an inner corner. So this is the perfect shade for an inner corner. Hello. And next to that one, we have this brown shade, which is called 915. So I am from El Paso, born and raised in El Paso, and the area code here is 915. So I decided to do this brown shade named 915. Next to that one, we have this really pink shimmery shade called Girls Night. I knew I wanted a pink shade in my palette and I knew I wanted for it to be shimmery, and I thought Girls Night went with it just because it's sparkly, it's pink, it's girly. So this one right here is Girls Night. Right next to it we have this one. This one is an orangey, kind of like a rust color, and this one I named it Cake. I love baking, I love doing cakes. I've done so many cakes with you guys live. So this one I named it Cake for my passion for baking and for my passion for cakes. Right next to this one we have Kangaroo. This one is a really soft nude brown, and this one I decided to name it Kangaroo, first of all because my dog is literally this this shade. For those of you guys that don't know, I do have a dog, but she doesn't live with me in my apartment since they do not allow pets in these apartments that I live in. She is at my mom's. More than likely, once we get the house, once we move into our house, I'm gonna bring my Kangaroo with me. But this one I decided to name it Kangaroo after my dog. That when I was at my mom's, I used to dance with her a lot of the times. And it's literally, this is the shade that my Kangaroo is, so I thought it went perfect with this shade. Right above Kangaroo we have this black matte right here. This one is called Jorge. So my dad's name, for those of you guys that do not know, my dad's name is Jorge. I knew I wanted a black shade in my palette. A black shade for my palette was a must-have, and I like how a black is like scary but firm and like a must-have. I knew I wanted one shade to be named after my dad, and as soon as I saw the black, I was like, that's my dad. He's like the most sweetest, nicest, supportive person ever, but then he can also be kind of scary, and you kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like the black related to my dad. So the black one is Jorge, and it is a must-have. I don't think my palette will be complete without a black shade. Just like my life will literally not be complete without my dad. So this one is called Jorge. Right next to this one we have a really matte blue. This one is called What Do You Mean? I say also what do you mean so freaking much just because I'm literally lost half of the time that I'm doing videos, or sometimes I've told you guys this little secret. Sometimes I'm live and somebody will ask me like a rude question, and instead of me going off, like in my head I go off, you know, like don't get me wrong, in my head I will go off, but in person I'm just like, what do you mean? She's like, girl, you're ugly as fuck. I'm like, what do you mean, girl? You know, like, just so I don't go off. So this one I decided to call it What Do You Mean? This color, I also feel like it just pops in the palette. So it's kind of like, what do you mean? Like, what are you doing here? You know, like these are all really neutral and kind of blend in. And then this one is just like a pop of color. What do you mean? Is this blue? Right next to this one, we have Cristina. This one is a really shimmery gold. To me, this is the perfect gold. Guys, I struggled. I think out of the whole palette, this was the shade that I struggled the most with, because I wanted for this one to be a true gold, like a really pretty shimmery gold. And this one is, like I said, Cristina, which is named after my mom. So my mom's name is Cristina. My mom is literally the most sweetest, nicest person ever. My mom never ever yells at me. My mom never gets mad at me. My mom is like the most chillest coolest, unbothered person you guys will ever meet. I felt like a gold was my mom. Like, my mom is literally gold to me. So this color, okay, why am I getting emotional talking about this? This gold one, I did want to relate it to my mom, which is called Cristina. Right next to this one, we have a matte color called Rango. Rango, I love the Grinch, and for a while, I was also kept saying Rango para todo, especially during Christmas season. I feel like that's all I say, like Rango, Rango, Rango. So this one I decided to name it Rango for my love for the Grinch and the Grinch movie. Right next to Rango is Angel Baby, which is a really deep cherry, also a matte shade. This one I named it Angel Baby after my sister and my niece who passed away, who were both named Cristal. They are angel babies. So this one is named after them. And here are the 10 shades in the palette. I could honestly not be any more happy with how the shades turned out. At some point I was like, I'm being so freaking picky. I'm like, I wanted like 2% more red. I wanted 2% more shimmery. Shout out to LiveGlam, Laura in specific, who was the one who helped me out, you know, with the whole process of creating the palette. She's like, wait, what do you mean by 2% more cherry? I'm like, I just wanted like a little bit more cherry, like, and then she'd make it a little bit more red. I'm like, no, that's too red. Can you bring it like 1% more down? I just wanted for the palette to be perfect, being my very first palette ever, for it to really just represent me, my colors, something that I know myself would use every single day. I've had my palette for probably almost 2 months, no, for like about a month now, and I've been using my palette every single day. The look that I'm wearing right now is with my palette. Every single look that you guys have seen recently in my Snapchat were also done with my palette. So the mirror and the 10 shades, so it is 3 shimmers and 7 mattes, and here is the palette. I also like the size of this palette. I feel like it's super travel friendly. You can literally just carry it around and it's not too bulky. It is cute. It is my palette, so of course I am completely obsessed with it. There is literally not a single thing in this palette that I would like to change. I love it so much. I really hope that you guys love it as much as I do. I cannot wait to see the bunch of looks that you guys will be recreating with it. Of course I will be using it a lot on my lives, just to give you guys look ideas for those of you guys who do decide to purchase it. But yeah guys, here is my palette. I'm so freaking excited. So as far as purchasing and pricing, my palette will be available and launching Tuesday, April the 23rd at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I will leave the link to LiveGlam in the description box, but it will be available at liveglam.com. So as most of you guys already know, LiveGlam is a subscription company, and I have a lot of you guys asking me like, Les, do we have to subscribe to get your palette? Like, do we have to be subscribed? Are we gonna have to subscribe? The answer is no. And right now I am about to explain to you guys the best as I can on how you are able to purchase my palette, whether you want to subscribe or you do not want to subscribe. So my palette will retail for $27.99 if you are not a member, or for $19.99 if you are a member. So if you do subscribe and get my palette, you will of course be receiving my palette and getting it for only $19.99 since you just did become a member. You will not be charged or receive another palette until in 2 months, since it is a bi-monthly subscription, meaning 1 month you get a palette, 1 month you don't, 1 month you do, 1 month you don't. Of course you only get charged the months that you get a palette, and it will be $19.99. Now if you have no interest for a subscription, you simply just want to purchase my palette, then you of course can for the $27.99, which is non-members price. Now if you are already a member of LiveGlam, then you will of course be getting members pricing. All you have to do the day my palette launches is log into your LiveGlam account, go under shop, and my palette will be the very first thing you see, so you are able to purchase it. If you guys are still confused or have any questions, you guys are more than welcome to email support@liveglam.com, which I will leave right here, and they will be more than happy to answer any questions for you guys. I think I have covered my whole entire palette, the shades, the names, the packaging, absolutely everything. I really hope you guys love it as much as I do. Thank you guys again so freaking much. I love you guys. I am so freaking grateful for you guys. Thank you so much to LiveGlam for giving me this opportunity. Thank you to you guys for making this possible. I cannot wait until my palette is out. You guys create looks. We can create looks together in Girls Night. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and click on the little bell so you get notified every single time that I post. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.